Okay, so if you guys don't remember, I did a review on this game, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I did a review on it, gave it a pretty positive review, and to be honest, I still like this game. But let's put that game aside, because now, my friends, now we've come to this one, Call of Duty Ghosts. Woohoo. So I remember when this game was coming out. I believe it was coming out, correct me in the comment section below, because I know I have a lot of subscribers of mine who play Call of Duty. So correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I know I'm probably wrong, because I know for a fact I got the release date for Spawn wrong. That came out, I got the release date wrong, so I might get this one wrong, and if I get it wrong, I'm sorry. But, so Call of Duty Ghosts, I believe, came out in 2013. Yeah, I know I'm right about that one. I'm not wrong at this time. 2013. Why? Because Black Ops 2 came out in 2012. This one came out right after it. I remember it now. I feel so good now. But I specifically remember being very hyped for this game. Because here's the thing. The trailers looked really, really interesting for it. I don't remember what song they used for it. I believe the song, I don't remember what it's called, but it's by Eminem. They used an Eminem song for a Call of Duty trailer, so I'm like, alright, this is going to be cool. You know, this is going to be awesome. It looks cool. It sounds cool. So I bought it, and speaking of which, this is the first, I'm not joking you, this is the first ever Call of Duty I have actually ever played. The only first ever Call of Duty I ever played was Call of Duty Ghosts. No joke. That is a true story. So you can imagine that I have a bit of connection with this one because, you know, it holds a place in my heart because it's the first one I've ever played. But I heard that this one in particular, this Call of Duty in particular, is the worst one in the series, and it has been the downfall. It was the start of the downfall of Call of Duty. And you know what, to be completely honest, when I first got it and first started playing, I had no idea what people were talking about, but then as years passed by, I kind of started to realize that, you know, maybe people have a point. So, let's talk about that, shall we? Let's do this. First of all, let's talk about the things I did like about this game. First of all, this game, for the most part, it's very, very dull. It's very gray. It's very, you know, point blank. Just, you know, it's almost boring. So we're going to talk about the negatives first instead, because that seems to be much easier. So, I have some complaints about this game. One in particular, though, is the graphics for this game. Now, I know I have this game for the Wii U, so the graphics might have been toned down a bit. I don't know what happened. But here's the thing. The Wii U, fun fact, runs on a very high... it's got a pretty high graphic-wise thing. I don't know. Point is that games should have good graphics on the Wii U. This, however, this game, the graphics are not good. They are not good at all. There are some walls in, like, the multiplayer maps, for instance. There are certain, like, walls or certain obstacles or something. You can walk by a wall and it looks, like, plastered on. Like, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. It really does not look good. Yeah. Let me bring you guys back to the point I was making earlier. This game is definitely very gray, very dull, very almost boring almost. Now, not all. I'm talking about multiplayer wise. You know, just regular You know, I'm just gonna talk about the competitive multiplayer because I don't want to waste my time talking about the campaign like I did with Black Ops 2. But even though Black Ops 2, I will admit Black Ops 2 is better than this game. But I will say this game's campaign, I'm just gonna flat out say it's not the greatest. I still had fun with it. Like there are a few moments where I had fun with it. When the ghosts are introduced, you have to save Ajax. Some of those levels were fun. Some of those levels weren't. Overall, the campaign was fine. So now let's talk about the rest of the game. Now, from Black Ops 2 perspective, in Black Ops 2, when you killed someone, they were bleeding everywhere. They were bleeding everywhere. And, it was very violent. But, however, the violence in this game, it felt like it took a step down. In my opinion, at least. It felt like it took a huge step down. Like, the blood in this one, when you shoot someone and they die, the blood doesn't even really look like blood. It looks like, if anything, it looks like grape jelly. Trust me, I look at the blood, I'm like, that looks like grape jelly. Because, like, the blood in this one, it's not even, like, red. Like, I sometimes gotten the blood confused with, like, a mark of an explosion that happened on the ground. Like, I don't know why I am being a critic based on the blood. That just seemed a little weird, but the point is that the violence in this one, in my opinion, took a huge step down from Black Ops 2, which came out before this game. But, yeah. So, now, I'm not saying that this game has, like, horrible gameplay. No. Sometimes it is actually very satisfying to get, to get the kills, and I know that sounds weird to say that. It's satisfying to kill someone. This is a video game. This isn't real life. It's just a video game. So, deal with it. So, anyway, the gameplay isn't horrible. No. Like, I like the realistic style that they were trying to go for. Like, every time you would shoot someone, anytime you would shoot a gun, you could hear the bullets fall on the ground, and, I kind of like that, in a sense. But at the same time, I'm going to be comparing this game to Black Ops 2 a lot. And Black Ops 2 isn't very realistic because Black Ops 2 is in the future, and this one is a lot more modern. Like, Ghosts takes place in the present, and I believe Black Ops 2 takes place in 2052, I believe. Now, a lot of people do say that the Call of Duty is at its best when it takes place in the past, like Modern Warfare was. And that game, the first Modern Warfare. But, Ghosts did try to take a modern turn, and for the most part, it kind of worked. In a way, it kind of worked. Like, this game, like, it had its moments where it worked for me, and it had its moments where it didn't work for me. Just like the maps for multiplayer, for example. Like, the maps on there, there's some that I like, and there's some that I don't like. And, the ones I do like, you got Octane, I don't I don't remember the rest, but, there are some that I like, and there are some that I don't like. Trust me, there are some that I don't like, and it's especially, the one I really don't like the most is the one where you're in this skyscraper thing, and the skyscraper's, like, slowly falling with you in it. I don't necessarily like that one, specifically because it's way too big, and you can easily get lost in it, and you can lose interest in the game you're playing currently. Now, again, going back to Black Ops 2, what is the one thing that Black Ops 2 did that was so good? Besides the story, and besides the violence. It had good maps for multiplayer. Like, the maps for multiplayer on Black Ops 2. You had Hijacked, you had all those ones. Those ones were fun, they were competitive, they had limited amount of spots for you to go. It was perfect because it gave you almost a free opportunity to go in and just kill everyone while still having a good time and knowing where you're going. In Ghosts, however, there are, in most of the maps, the maps are huge enough to the point where you can just get lost in the action and get lost from what you're doing. And you can get distracted real easily. Now, I'm not saying that it's bad level design, but what I'm trying to say is that the maps, they aren't as they're not as compelling, they're not as fun, they're not as, you know, inviting as the ones in Black Ops 2 were. You know, most of the levels for multiplayer in Ghosts are either a place that's broken down or somewhere out in the world, pretty much. You know, you go from Texas to the desert to the jungle, and it's just like all over the place. And I know that's supposed to be all over the place, but it's just, it doesn't feel as inviting. You know, most of the maps they're all, well, I don't want to say dull because I'll be repeating myself, but they're just like, I don't know what it is. It's like they're lacking something. They don't look as inviting. They look boring, almost. Like boring map design for most of the maps. But, yeah. So, now, let's talk about one more thing. And that is, hold on a second, the gameplay. Now look, I know I pointed out the gameplay regards to how I like the realistic style of action, but let's talk about the actual gameplay itself. Like, for instance, jumping in this game, while it is useful at times, it's not the greatest, and, well, then again, Advanced Warfare tried to fix that, but we all know how that went. That did not go so well. And, yeah. We all know how that went for them, and it wasn't good. So, anyway, more about the gameplay, less about Advanced Warfare. So, the gameplay overall is probably the best part about this game. The gameplay feels very raw, and it feels very realistic at times, but it can be a bit of a pain at times because, well, first of all, the aiming, there's some guns where, especially snipers, where you go to snipe someone and you try to shoot at someone and, like, it goes, like, once you shoot, your guy goes, oh! Like, once you shoot, you can't see anything, so it gives the other guy a perfect opportunity to kill you. Like, the aiming for most of the guns is not the greatest. It is for some, depending on what scope you get, but it's not good. It's like one of those scenarios where it's good, kinda, but it's not bad. It's not good, it's not bad, you know. Yeah, like that. So, my overall thoughts. Overall, I like the gameplay for this game. I like the realistic style, and I like the action for the most part. But what Ghost suffers from is a lack of good graphics, a lack of fun, and most importantly, a lack of competitiveness. That's a word, right? But, so yeah, is this considered the worst, in my opinion, is this the worst Call of Duty out there? No. Is it the best Call of Duty, though? No. No. If it's anything but the best. No. It's far from it. But to say it's the worst, you know, I agree in some places, and I don't agree at some points, but you know, overall, I think you'll enjoy this if you're a hardcore Call of Duty fan. Or COD fan, I should say. So yeah, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Call of Duty Ghosts is okay. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about Call of Duty Ghosts in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys like it, if you don't like it. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you guys later in the next video. Goodbye.